What if the voice in your head calling you lazy isn't the truth? And what if it's not even your voice at all? What if it's just a script, something you absorbed and internalized and rehearsed so many times that now it just feels like it's who you are? I want you to sit with that because I know how heavy that voice can be. That one that whispers, "You're not doing enough." The one that turns rest into guilt, that makes every unfinished task feel like proof that you're falling behind. That voice that turns personal growth into punishment. And I'm here to tell you that voice is not the truth. It's programming. In this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly where it comes from, how to start separating yourself from it, and how to build a completely different narrative, one rooted in trust, growth, and compassion. Let's start here. You were not born believing you were lazy. You were not born with shame around resting or guilt around falling behind. You were taught it, conditioned into it through school systems, through media, through family, through society. Think about it. Think about how early it starts. Gold stars in kindergarten for being quiet and productive, report cards and grades equating effort with identity, being praised for independence instead of emotional honesty, watching adults burn themselves out and call it success. By the time we got to adulthood, most of us have internalized a core belief. My worth is tied to how much I do. And on the flip side of that belief, if I don't do enough, I'm lazy, I'm behind, I'm a failure. Does that sound familiar? Here's the thing. The mind will always default to the most rehearsed narrative, not the truest one, not the most empowering one, just the most practiced one. So if your inner critic is loud, it's just because it's been rehearsed for years. I want to share a moment from my own life. A few years ago, I was in the middle of so-called glow up. I had the routines, I had the planners, I was waking up early, journaling, moving my body, or trying to, reading self-help books, and from the outside it looked like I was thriving, but inside, I was just exhausted, and every time I slowed down, every time I skipped a workout, or I slept in, or I missed a day of journaling, that voice came in. You're slipping, you're lazy, you're losing your edge. And it didn't matter how much I had done because it was never enough. One day I remember laying in bed after a long week, completely burnt out. I still felt like I couldn't let myself rest. I was scrolling Instagram, seeing other people crushing it, and I just broke down, not because I wasn't trying hard enough, but because I had tied my worth so tightly to my output that I couldn't even recognize myself outside of what I was producing. That was the wake-up call. That was when I realized this voice in my head isn't even mine. It's a system that profits off of shame, a system that keeps me hustling and not healing. And from that moment on, I decided to stop feeding it. Here's how I began the process of reprogramming that inner critic, and how you can as well. Step 1 is identifying the voice. The first step is always awareness. Start noticing when the voice shows up. What does it sound like? What does it say? Is it your voice or someone else's? Ask yourself, would I say this to a friend? Or does this belief feel loving or fearful? Whose standards am I trying to meet right now? And you'll be shocked at how your internal dialogue is so inherited and not chosen. Step 2 is challenge the logic. The inner critic is dramatic. It speaks in absolutes. You always mess this up. You'll never get it right. You're so lazy. Just start to question it. Where's the evidence? What's actually true right now? Can I see this with more nuance? Here's the thing. A truth is something that is a constant. It exists whether you believe in it or not. A statement like "I'm lazy" is based on a moment or a pattern in your past. That's not a truth. That's a label. And labels can be rewritten. Because when you mark something as your truth, your subconscious takes that and runs with it. So if you want to shift your programming, you have to stop feeding into those stories rooted in finality. Step 3 is to rewrite the script. Once you've created distance, you can begin to build a new narrative. Not fake positivity, not bypassing, just a more compassionate lens. Instead of "I'm lazy," try "I'm tired and that's okay." Instead of "I'm behind," try "I'm building at my own pace." Instead of "I'll never get it right," try "Every step I take teaches me something." One of my students, Kayla, came into Rewired believing she was inherently lazy. Her mind told her, plain and simple, "It's just who I am." Through the work, she learned that what she called truth was actually just a well-rehearsed narrative, not a constant, not a fact, just a story she'd been told and kept telling herself. Another student, Dina, realized how perfectionism was controlling her life. If she slept in even a little bit, her mind would convince her that the day was ruined and she might as well just give up. But she started shifting that voice. She learned that one off moment doesn't have to throw away the entire day, and that showing up late was still showing up. That's the power of rewriting the script, because your nervous system hears you. Your subconscious believes repetition. Over time, these new scripts become the new default. It's not instant, but it's inevitable if you stay with it. I like to think of it like curating your mental environment, like cleaning out your closet. You can't make room for new pieces, new thoughts, new stories, new beliefs, if your closet is overflowing with old ones that no longer fit. Some of these thoughts may have fit once, but now they're tight, they're uncomfortable, they're outdated, and honestly, not your style anymore. So just let them go. Make space. You spend every second of your life inside your mind, so you deserve for it to feel like a safe place. This is exactly why I created Rewired, to guide you through that process, not with surface level resets, but with a full system that helps you understand your wiring, rebuild your self-talk, and reprogram the deeper beliefs that shape your reality. Because once you realize you're not broken, you're just running on an outdated script, everything changes. And if you're not ready for the full program yet, I made a free affirmation worksheet that walks you through this exact shift. It helps you identify the loudest limiting beliefs in your mind and rewrite it, in your own words, into something that actually supports your growth. This worksheet is a great place to start. You can just grab it in the description. You're not lazy, you're healing. From a world that told you effort equals worth, you're unlearning the noise. And the fact that you're even watching this video tells me you're already doing the work. So if this resonated, drop a comment, subscribe, or just take a breath and be proud of how far you've come. Because this isn't the end. It's the beginning of building a mindset rooted in love and not lack. You got this, and I got you. And always remember to take deep breaths and live mindfully.